Hey gang, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. Once again, I am, and in part because it's not raining anymore. Yay! I think we're done with that for a few days. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm on my way back to California to go sell my sticks and bricks. So I'll give you an update on what's going on with that, and I want to talk to you about solar, which I have to address when I get back to California, and we're going to talk about that as well. But first, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, that helps. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the other side of the intro. Okay, so I left Ironwood National Forest Monument. I think I've got that right. And started working my way west to get back to my sticks and bricks. And I've already spent one night on the road. This will be a second night. I'm gonna end up. It's gonna take me another 4 or 5 days to get there because I got different things going on in different places. So I went from Casa Grande to the east side of the Yuma Fortuna foothills. Spent a night there, then the next day running some errands, getting propane, stuff like that, and then spending a night on just inside the California border. And then from there, I've got a friend in Borrego I'm going to go visit for a couple of days. And then the day after I leave there, I'll be back at the Sticks and Bricks. And then I can start doing all of the things I need to do to be able to get that ready to sell. And as many of you have commented, you're hoping that I'll document the process. Well, this is part of that process, actually. And we're not going to talk so much about the selling aspect of it, but I want to talk about solar. We're going to do a little bit of solar 101 here, like really 101. And I'm kind of starting in the middle a little bit because I spent a lot of money for what I expected to be a very robust solar system, basically giving me 560 amp hours of batteries, where in my previous rig I had 315. So that's a big increase. And 800 watts of solar on the roof, where in my previous rig I had 430. Again, a big increase. So it's like, 45 and 60%, I think, bigger than I had previously. The same 3000 watt multi-plus inverter, um, a bigger, more capacity solar controller, and a smart shunt, which I don't think I had the smart shunt previously. I don't remember what I had. Oh, I had the BMV 712, I think, instead. So it's good news, bad news on that front. And the good news is, once the days are getting longer, it's working okay-ish. And so this is I'm doing this not to, say anything bad about the guys that did the install or the equipment that I got. Well, with the possible exception of one thing, we'll see. And in all fairness, I didn't I didn't pursue this right off the bat because I didn't clearly know how to do that. I didn't even know how to formulate the questions. And that's why I'm making this video, because I think a lot of people are in that position. So here's what was happening. During the height of short days, I had several occurrences where my entire system would shut down overnight. My whole battery monitoring system, everything shut down. I had no power. And I wouldn't get power back until it got enough solar in the morning to increase the voltage in the batteries. Here's the thing that I didn't understand at the time. Why is the voltage important? Well, I still don't understand that entirely, but I know that it is. So, one of the issues that I was having is my display panel was showing me that I was at 100%, but my batteries individually were not at 100%. So back in November, I talked to my installers and they said, plug in, wait until your batteries show float, and then once you're at float for your batteries, go ahead and do the calibration to calibrate your batteries, I guess, to the smart shunt. And so I did that, but there was a big thing I didn't understand. And here it is. In this case, and I'm using figures from today, so at almost 7 o'clock this morning, my smartshunt is telling me I'm at 89% of battery capacity. But there's also a separate app for the batteries directly. And where my smartshunt was saying I was at 89% capacity, one battery was at 76 and the other one was at 79%. That's a far cry from the 89% that's being reported by the smartshunt. So what's happening throughout the course of the past few months is the smartshunt may be telling me I'm at a certain battery capacity level, but I'm really not. And in fact, looking at it like right now, well, just before I started filming this, we are again not at 100% at this point. So as of 2:15 this afternoon, actually since about 10 o'clock this morning, this has been true. My smart shunt says I'm at 100%. My batteries, one says I'm at 85 and the other one says I'm at 86%. So again, that's pretty different. And it's a pretty substantial difference as far as I'm concerned. So how does this happen? My installers believe that the problem is with the firmware in the smart shunt, and they say that when they have spoken with Victron previously, Victron's solution is roll back the firmware until you find one that actually works. Well, in my case, I'm on the latest version of firmware, and my smart shunt does not allow me to roll the firmware back. So there's a problem. So what we're doing right now, and this is part of why this is part of the whole journey of selling the house, when I get back to the house, I'm going to plug in the coach, and I'm going to leave it plugged in for a couple of days until the actual batteries reach 100% float charge. And that's based on voltage 14.4 to 14.6, not I'd have to go back and look in November to see what I was up to, but I'm guessing I probably got up around 13.6, maybe 13.8. Don't think I was really in float. And so what I was doing at that point was I was looking at the display for the smart shunt on the servo panel, said I was in float, but I wasn't really. So we're going to try this again, get into actual float, and then see if recalibrating the batteries to the smart shunt solves the problem. Stay tuned. We'll do an update again in a couple of weeks and see where we are with that. But I hope this explanation is somehow helpful in terms of helping you understand what could be going wrong from a layman's perspective without understanding all of the electronics involved. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.